Hey, thank you for listening to the Bad Patches podcast, episode 7. Looks like I have been keeping up with it, so I think I'll be doing this. Today, somebody asked me, what would I be doing if I didn't have a job and money wasn't an issue? And, obviously you go with the whole, oh, I'm gonna go see the world, this, and that. But after you do everything, like visit places, at some point you're gonna want to do something, and it's not like you're gonna play video games the whole day. So I think my answer was podcasting. Like, even though, I can do this now. Like, if I had the option to podcast all day with unlimited resources, then I would try to get guests to come into the podcast. I'm 7 episodes deep onto this, and I've got a total of like 30 views, but I would still try to get somebody. But that kind of started my brain going about what do you want to do when you grow up, And I don't remember ever kind of figuring that out. I'm 38 right now, and I still kind of don't know. It's more of what I can do to pay my bills, and I think that's the case for a lot of people. I didn't get a chance to do a lot of shit as I was growing up into my adulthood, to kind of explore something else that wasn't like customer support or technical support. So that ship kind of sailed. But I remember that, I don't know, like around 2005, back when I was working at this big call center, somebody had asked me what my dream was, what did I want to do, and I remember I answered comedian back then, and she was surprised, oh, I've never met anybody whose dream was to be a comedian, you should try and do it. And this was back in Mexico, so, the comedy there wasn't as big as it was in the U.S., so I mean, it's just a thought I had, I've always liked morning radio and, comedy shows, stuff like that. I think around that time is when podcasting also started to become quite a thing, Nerdist and Mark Maron, and I don't know what others I would listen to back then, but I only had a few, and I wasn't into comedy the way I'm into it now. Even though I complain that every podcaster is a comedian, it's still, I still enjoy it. I still listen to every comedian's podcast. So, because that's all there is to enjoy. So anyway, so I was thinking about that, on how, you kind of just work your life away, and barely at 38, I decided to just take control over it and just, what, fuck it, I can record an episode every now and then for this YouTube channel and see what happens. I enjoy talking as much as the next guy. I may not have a comedian to make you guys laugh, but I like to think I'm pretty funny sometimes. So I was trying to work out this solo podcasting and how humor is gonna fall into it, but maybe I will bring a co-host so that we can riff together and make this more enjoyable, or maybe I'll just keep it like this. Like I mentioned before, my favorite part of WTF is listening to Mark talk about his life and not really the conversation he has with his guests. So anyway, I kind of remembered that I did have that one dream, and I can't remember when that dream died. Maybe after 10 years of just putting in call after call, it just beat my soul down, and that was about it. And then I never gave it any other thought. And I've always dabbled in trying to make something in social media, but it was always like scheming, like Google Ads type of deal, and it's a short-lived, social media manager or whatever. It's just stuff that kind of like always interests me, but I've never had the time to actually put in to figuring out how to make it work. And so this podcast just came into life because of that. I was kind of tired of always just working, and then after work I would just play video games, which I still do. Like, I'll play Apex with a buddy of mine, and a lot of the times I regret that I'm not doing anything else, but at that point I'm fucking drained, and I just my brain isn't functioning for me to do anything. So the fact that I can record this during my working hours while I'm still awake and my brain cells are still working, like, I think that helps a lot. So I don't know, like, if you guys want to post your dreams, or when your dreams died, or when you stop believing that your dreams can become a reality, feel free to post it on our comments. Get something going. That was one thing that just came into reality today. And I also find that a lot of my best conversations happen inside my head when I'm not recording. Like, when I wake up or when I'm going for a walk or something, I have all these amazing thoughts, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to talk about that on the next episode I record, and then I fucking forget what it was about. Or I try to talk about it, and it ends up being like super boring. But going back to dreams and working, like, the fact that we work all day, 9 to 5 or whatever your shift is, and you really only have like a few hours to enjoy your actual life, but at that point you're burned out, so all you really get to do are chores. So you do chores, you maybe watch a little TV and then go to bed, and then you just do it all over again. And then on the weekend you're tired, but you gotta go grocery shopping for the next week, and at some point all you do is fucking work. Like, and I don't want to do that anymore. Like I get that I have to work to survive, but I don't get why I don't get to live. So I don't know. I made a list of concerts that I wanted to go to. Like, I missed out on a lot of bands, so I'm like, fuck it, you know what, I'm gonna try to do as much as I can. I'm gonna try and get my son involved into most of the activities that I want to do, just expose him to everything as he's growing up, to see if anything catches his eye, just have him try things. But anyway, I made like this list of a bunch of bands, and I'm short on cash at the moment, because I did go all out at the beginning of the year, and purchased a few concert tickets that I already went to. But yeah, a lot of the bands that I want to watch are showing up in November, and unfortunately my wife is not into any of them, and I don't think I'm going to be able to be like, hey, October, there's like 6-7 bands that I want to go see, so just I'm not gonna be around that much, and we won't have a lot of money on that bank account because I want to fucking live life a little bit. That's not gonna go well. So I think I have to do like 1 or 2 shows, which I already purchased tickets for before I even made this list, because I had already made plans with some friends to go to this show in LA. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm big on lists, so I'm just gonna make a bunch of shit, like museums I want to visit, stuff that I want to do here in California, and just fucking do what I can. And after, I still need to figure out what I'm gonna do Monday through Friday after work, because I in reality I wouldn't want to just stay home and play video games, even though it looks like that's mainly what I'm gonna do. But ideally, I would like to find an activity or some easy to do hobby that's beneficial for everybody. And yeah, so concerts, Dead Dreams, and failed comedian shit. At what point are you too old to follow your dreams, right? Is 38 too old to become a podcaster or become a comedian or I don't know, fucking something else? I feel like if you're not out to make money and it doesn't cost you anything to just fucking do what you want to do, then just fucking do it. Who cares? I'm not expecting to make $1 million out of this. I'm just getting my words out, and I get some sort of therapy out of talking to you guys, I guess. And then the other thing, which is still in my head, is my health and all that. A buddy of mine recently went to get a physical done. He was telling me, asking me, oh, do you get physicals? And I'm like, no, I'm more of an urgent care ER type of guy. I go to the doctor when the car stops working. Well, he can go to the doctor when the check engine light turns on, and it's always been that way. It's always like a chore to kind of go to the doctor, and I always feel like they'll always find something. They'll give me more pills to take. It's I mean, at this point, maybe it should be a positive experience to find out what vitamins or what should I take, what new disease do I have. I'm gonna go and they're gonna be like, you got diabetes, you're like 200 pounds overweight. I don't even weigh 200 pounds, but yes, they're just gonna give me this long lists, and it's just gonna stress me out, and I don't want to do that. I know I'm overweight. I will figure that out slowly but surely, and I don't know, but I definitely have to do something about my health. It is getting quite eye-opening when your son starts to worry about you. And it's not like I'm sick or anything. He just mainly thinks I'm gonna die because I'm a little heavy around the belly area, But yeah, that's it for today. I should have probably cut that last part out about the doctor, but fuck it, just gonna leave it like this. Subscribe, tell your friends about it. I am not making YouTube reels or shorts or Instagram reels. I don't even have an Instagram yet for this, so don't expect to see any of that stuff until I record quite a few of these and see that nobody listens to them. Because every time that I go to YouTube now and I try to go watch something like late night, I want to watch Seth Meyers or Jimmy Kimmel or something, and before you used to get 8-minute interviews with some celebrity, and now whenever I go look on YouTube, it just gives me 40 shorts. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what are we turning into? Just fucking seconds of media. It's the worst thing ever. I uninstalled TikTok so fast. I used it, I realized at some point that I was learning stupid songs and making stupid references to fucking garbage, so I just took it out. But I still have Instagram, and that's just the same. It's I don't even look at my friends' stories or posts. You just automatically open Reels and then just start scrolling away. If they could just fucking remove Reels, then I would be one happy camper. but I cannot uninstall it. It's, before it was Facebook, but Facebook's a desert now. Nobody uses that shit. But like, my family talks to me through Instagram, so I can't get rid of it. That's kind of what's still holding me down to social media. And then I still kind of like to post the occasional cool picture of my friends and I, or me at a concert or something, to get that dopamine from those 8 or 9 likes that I'm gonna get. But yeah, that's it. I got nothing else. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Print this. Put it on a fucking light post. But with a phone number. But instead of a phone number, put my URL for my YouTube channel, and spread the word. And this episode's brought to you by LegalZoom. No, it's not. Don't sue me, LegalZoom. Alright, see ya.